Hello, welcome to Wings to Fly audio, Wings to Fly Dreams audio and ASMR, and happy Day of the Dead. Happy Dia de los Muertos. I thought it'd be fun to do something a little, somethingy for the holiday, and so, voila, I'm going to be painting a shadow box to go on an ofrenda. And so while I do that, or as I'm kind of prepping to do that, I'm going to read a little bit about this holiday from the website of Mexican American Cultural Center, where it says Dia de los Muertos is a holiday that has roots in ancient Mesoamerican traditions and the observance of All Souls Day brought to Mexico by the Spanish in the early 1900s. That is very diplomatically phrased. It is celebrated on both November 1st and 2nd, with preparations happening on the days before as well. The holiday is centered on family remembrances, where homes and cemeteries are decorated with altars and ofrendas, offerings, to the spirits of their loved ones who have passed away. And then Wikipedia, that lovely little website, says the Day of the Dead is a holiday traditionally celebrated on November 1st and 2nd, though other days, such as October 31st or November 6th, may be included depending on the locality. The multi-day holiday involves family and friends gathering to pay respects and remember friends and family members who have died. These celebrations can take a humorous tone, as celebrants remember amusing events and anecdotes about the departed. So yeah, it's a celebration of the life of those who have passed on, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And I mean, let's go. Let's celebrate this. So, there's some crinkly ASMR for us. So I am not Mexican, nor am I Catholic, but I am 1/4 Spanish, so, yeah, I got all kinds of colonizer ancestor blood running through my veins, very possibly, which is disgusting, but, oh, I don't have a little thing to do the thing for the paintbrush in the water. It took me a bit to work through the fact that I predominantly look like people who have been horrible to others over the centuries, millennia rather, of this planet. And as I've mentioned before, my husband is black. And that means that I will not have the context for connecting with my children since my children will likely look like my beautiful husband more than they will look like me. I won't have that shared context of stuff that they are likely to deal with. And that was a concern of mine when my husband and I were seriously dating and thinking about, getting married and all the things. I'm going to see if it's better. I think it'd be easier to connect it and then paint. Else I'll have to wait to paint and then connect it, right? Oh, I'm probably doing this. Well, I mean, I have the instructions, but that would require really focusing at this moment, which I don't have a ton of focusing abilities at present. I got 3 hours of sleep last night, so huzzah for that. But anywho, I kind of voiced these concerns to my husband, and he was like, well, you're an empathetic person who will love your children, so you'll still be able to help them through, hard times. And then, as far as, having dealt with this sort of, horrible things due to racism and bullying and whatnot, my husband will have the lived context to, them about that. May they not have to deal with that is just my begging. I don't know that I'm doing this right. Imagine that, in the immortal words of Belle. So meanwhile, there is still sometimes that, like, just knowledge. Oh, how cute these come out. Okay. I'm vibing. There's that knowledge that, you know, unless you know me, or you happen to notice, you know, the jewelry that I wear, or, you know, a t-shirt that I'm wearing, to not just indicate my beliefs, but also to indicate that I am friend-shaped. Because there's no other way that someone seeing me who belongs to a minority in the United States can know immediately that I'm friend-shaped. You know, like there's not that immediate feeling of safety when seeing me, because, you know, I look like the white colonizers that tormented the ancestors of many of those who are in minorities in the United States. And yeah, that was kind of something that I really internally struggled with for a while, just kind of, because I already have kind of some, you know, self opinion issues, as it were. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, that's nothing that I have control over, but what I can do is do my best to indicate where I stand best I can. Like, my car is decorated all over with Black Lives Matter stickers and respect existence or expect resistance stuff, all kinds of things and stuff like that there. So that, and you know, I wear my little jewelry that I've worn before on the channel, and I'm just not wearing it at the moment because, oh, good job, me. Okay, yeah, I see what's going on. I see what's happening. That's annoying, but you know, maybe that's why it was so hard to get on. Maybe it'll be easier to put it on now. We can just kind of hope for that, right? Because I'm absolutely treating this like a jigsaw puzzle. I've like looked at that a couple times. Oh, sorry. Hi. These are the instructions. I got this on Amazon. The thing is to, you know, I obviously can't fix what my ancestors did, because I know I have a lot of racist ancestors, because I have ancestry from the South in the United States, so that's disgusting. I can't fix that, of course. I can't, you know, make up for what they did. It's not my place to do that. That's between them and their God. But, or meanwhile, rather, not but, meanwhile, I can just focus on me, you know, which is kind of always a great answer when you're getting existential, is just be like, but you know what? I can just focus on just like Anna in Disney 2, or Disney's Frozen 2. Just do the next right thing. Oh my gosh, this is so clever! Oh my goodness! I love this so much. Why do I have so many of the little thingies? I feel like... Oh! Wait, what? Huh? I don't understand. Isn't it like this? See, this is why sometimes I don't really follow the instructions, because I get confused. Again, to say that that's, you know, because I have so many of these, like, did they just assume that I'm going to struggle with putting these down. I mean, absolutely valid assumption, because as you can see, I am. You know, where they're like, oh, you know, they might break that or something. Is there a front and back to these? I knew. So yeah, when you get stuck in the existential, with the existential scaries, just as Anna sings about, we do the next right thing, and we try the best we can to indicate in, you know, word, deed, and appearance that we are friend-shaped to those who might not otherwise know that we are friend-shaped, and we do our best. So yeah. How did I get sidetracked onto that? Oh, yeah, because, I'm gonna maybe take this off. Oh, I don't exactly know. They're like, they go through all these detailed instructions. Well, actually, no, they're not detailed at all. And I just was having trouble reading. Anyway, and then they're like, paint the, do the painting. And then you're on your own. You're like, proceed to paint. Okay, bye. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Anywho, I had heard of Dia de los Muertos before in my life, but then when, I don't know how I want to, now I have to make decisions, people. No. Ooh, if I painted the back of that, that'll show through here. No, that's where I put the pictures. I don't know. Maybe I want to paint this first. So I could just take off the doors. What do I want to paint? What color do I want to paint? Just let it, I assemble it so I can know what it looks like. Hold it in my hands, what it looks like. And then I just proceed to be like, well, I take that off now. Yeah, I had known a bit about Dia de los Muertos before. Great, I'm breaking my little thing. That's not great, but you know what? We move along. Move along! Yeah, I don't have to take these out per se. What is my split colors thing that I want? And then, you know, I watched Coco and was like, oh my gosh, Dia de los Muertos is amazing! And so ever since then, I thought it was really cool. And then my husband and I had the opportunity to go on a little cruise. Well, it wasn't a little cruise, it was a whole week-long cruise. Did you know that Carnival Cruise Lines, well, they're cheaper and they do no interest payment plans, which is fabulous. So we just pay that off for the next months on end. But yeah, I, then, you know, having, like the idea of this being green, maybe? I was looking at these and there's no, like, particularly traditional way of, like, painting them. So I was like, okay, I'm adjust. Green would maybe be cool along here. No, I don't know. So if I do green here, oh, I can also do some mixy-matchy. Do I want it blue or yellow? I wanted it, originally I was like green, and oh, I could cut those. Maybe I don't want to cut them. Could get things. Oh, I still haven't gone and gotten the, that's a nice color, I like it. Still haven't gone and gotten the water thing, so I'll have to do that in just a second. We got to go on a cruise with my husband's family, and we went to the Mexican Riviera, and we so happened to go during the week of Dia de los Muertos. And it was incredible, because it's such a huge holiday in Mexico, and seriously, we're all missing out up here in the North America regions. It's, oh, I'm painting the top. That's okay. I'm painting the box all green. Oh my gosh. We got to go into a Walmart while there, and we were trying to find something that we needed that we'd forgotten to pack, because, you know, the struggle is real. And there were Dia de los Muertos decorations just everywhere. And it's just so celebratory and happy. I'm actually going to try, I think, and take these out, so I can paint them either another color or decide if I want them green. Right now, all I've done is decide on this being green. And the colors with the marigolds and everything being such a theme, being such a color theme in many Dia de los Muertos decorations. It was so amazing, and we got to do what's it called? An excursion where we went to this little activity of this amazing theater group. And it was on this little private excursion devoted little island place. It was in, oh come on Wingstiff, why can't you remember the name? I was gonna look it up before I did this video because I figured I'd probably talk about it. And it was, I don't remember the name of the place. We went to Cabo. And we went to, oh, that is my boo's alarm. Poor boo. He needs lots of alarms to wake up in the mornings. What was it? Santa Verta? Santa Verta. 1 second, I'm going to consult web browser senpai. Santa. No, that's not. Come on, do your magic. Santa Verta. Okay. I just spelled it so completely wrong. That was why. Oh, great. I got green in there. Oh, well, that's now got green splatters. That's fine. Oh, I need to get... 1 second, I gotta go get a little glass of water. I'll be back. 1 second. Sneaky me, I got a bowl of water. Yeah. La Santa Puerto Vallarta. That was why, because I was calling it Santa, but it's Puerto Vallarta. Oh my gosh, it was just so amazing. I'm gonna grab a towel out from under. I got out this whole box, which I'm thinking about doing a video organizing on it, because that might let me actually organize it, which would be so lovely. I need to organize this. I want a rag. 1 second. I have to go find a rag. I found a rag. It is actually a dish towel, but I can't find any of our rags. So that's... Oh, I bet I put them in the car for emergencies. Well, now I have a rag emergency here, and I don't have a rag. This was originally a dish towel, but we can repurpose things, and it was already stained, so it's not like it's a huge... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, pull the table closer. So yes, Puerto Vallarta, an amazing, amazing place. And this lovely little dedicated island to, okay, so how do I want to, okay, do I want to do these orange? It seems kind of, ta-da! But, oh, I could do different colors. Oh, I could do one orange and one yellow. Oh, but do I want it kind of a, like, this is more the marigold orange, but that's really pretty. I've got a bunch of these. I can paint them as I wish. Oh, actually, I might just want them both this color. I really like that color. I'll at least just do one. Oh, that's not much incredibly different from, okay, that's... I'm making life choices here. Okay, maybe we want to be a little less cavalier about how we approach this. I can always just do orange over this color if that's what I want. I have to like talk myself through making these decisions because I get so stressed. So this theater troupe had a whole performance that was incredible. Rhythms of the Night. That was it. Rhythms of the Night in Puerto Vallarta. And they were just amazing. It was this celebration of dance and culture and songs and humor and acrobatics, and it was just so cool, so delightful. But to get there, we had to go by ferry. So we got to the island. We came up via boat, and as we approached, we heard the conch shell notes in the distance, letting us know that we were arriving. And as we approached, there were fog machines creating a ethereal mist. And there were all the actors, well, I don't know all, but there were actors from the troupe, and they were all dressed up in traditional clothing of like Aztec clothing, period Mexican clothing. They were playing music. They were dressed with the white skull. Some of them faces. It was just, oh my gosh, it was so incredible. And it was magical. It was magical. They were handing out marigolds, and then they had a whole altar set up. And as you know, and then, oh my gosh, there was just one part where they had made a fake grave, and these two beautiful women, all dressed in black, were praying the rosary over them. I started crying because I'm very I get very carried away in these things. It was so incredibly beautiful. And yeah, so that was my closest like personal experience. And so then we ate dinner, and we got to have like the traditional bread and candies. It was amazing. And oh my gosh, 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. One, going to see Rhythms of the Night if you ever do a cruise, or if you ever go to Puerto Vallarta. There's an incredible tourist option, or not tourist option, but like performance option called Rhythms of the Night. And if you go during Dia de los Muertos week, it ramps. It is incredible. Oh, I do like that. But so now do I want this yellow? Oh, I could do yellow, and then, okay, we'll see what I've got going on here. This does not have to be a finished project that anybody is delighted by. This can just be, this is intended to just be for fun. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And I've been wanting to make this video all week because Dia de los Muertos is today. This will be the first time that I'm making... Yay! I'm not wearing an art smock, so yeah. This will be the first time that I'm making a video and then planning to air it the same day, so ta-da! I was like, well, maybe I'll just do it next year or something. I was like, no, I want to paint the shadow box. And yeah, that's interesting, because I thought that the altar was called the ofrenda. But that makes sense, that the ofrenda is the offerings, and then you put the ofrenda on the altar. Or maybe the altar is called the ofrenda. Water. On finger close. Oh, okay. The term ofrenda can refer to the entire altar or the individual offerings placed upon it. Okay, I'm not insane. I saw that, I was like, I'm crazy. This whole time I thought the ofrenda was the altar. It is both, you silly white girl. So yeah, 3 hours of sleep last night on a week where my anxiety levels have been a bit high. In the last few days, I've been having a little extra trouble sleeping. So that's fun. It's not. I love different holidays. Or, let me rephrase this. I love holidays. Let me rephrase this yet again. I love celebration. In kind of just whatever form, you know? And so, therefore, I love holidays. And so, more holidays to celebrate? Yeah? Really? Oh my gosh, it's just so much fun. And I really love the spirit of this one. Ooh, we're gonna get fancy with this paintbrush now. Because I've had an idea. We'll see how this goes. It's not bad. Can't really see it too well. It could also be because maybe this paint is still a bit wet. Are we worried about that? No, okay, it's not wet, but it is still a little sticky, so it could be. Maybe do this? Yeah, I'm not loving it. I love the idea of celebrating the lives of those who've gone before, because I think that makes the reality of death a bit more palatable for those who are still here. And I feel like it makes it easier to whatever extent, in whatever way, to deal with the loss of loved ones, you know? I say this as someone who has not ever, like, celebrated Dia de los Muertos. Like, actually celebrated Dia de los Muertos. I've just had the opportunity to be in a place where it was being celebrated. And so I don't know. But it would seem, in my opinion, that makes that makes sense. That seems like it would be quite lovely. And in a way, I love the whole concept of, you know, remembering people once they have passed on, although the whole approach that they take with that in Coco is a lot. Very rude. I cry every time that the old guy who's helping them like disappears away. So rude. Like, I understand, like, that it's part of the tradition and everything, but it's just... No, I don't like that. Because, like, they got this whole movie that's, like, you know, bringing the, you know, the concept of being able to, you know, turn the death of loved ones, you know, to memorialize the death of loved ones and to, you know, celebrate their lives and remember them and everything, and, you know, and thereby making death seem, in my personal opinion, I feel like it makes death seem a little bit less oh my gosh, you know, in anticipation. And then they're like, oh, but by the way, if people forget you, then you just poof disappear. And like, I'm not saying that that's not, you know, true to the, I don't know, I haven't like looked into specifically if that was like something they invented for the Disney movie, or if that's is the beliefs around I would assume it's part of the beliefs around the holiday. But like that was very depressing because he was just so lonely. You know, for me, it was less about the fact that he disappeared, but more that he seemed just so lonely and lost while he was doing it. So, anyway. I forgot I was gonna try and do this video as a like date night thing, role play. Ah, that happened. I have now found kind of different than I was hoping, but okay. I found a bunch of well, first of all, I found more holidays that I'm going to kind of give a shout out to come mid to late December on the channel. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something on the channel, or have something on the channel every day specifically for the whatever holiday is, you know, so like Yuletide overlaps with Kwanzaa. So I was like, cool, I will have, you know, on the days that are both Yuletide and Kwanzaa, I will have a video for both of them. And then I realized that I want to not have a breakdown, because not even so much of like making all that content, but of like deciding what to do for all of it and then finding the stuff to do for all of it. So it might end up where I do multiple ones for each day, but with some of them that overlap, I think I'm just gonna kind of roll with having you know, like them like kind of staggered or something. But yes, I have found Ganapati, and I have forgotten, but there's two different Muslim ones. One is Muhammad's birthday, and I've forgotten what the other one was. It has to do with also the solstice. It's so amazing to me how so many different cultures and religions have holidays around the solstice, celebrating the sun and everything. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, that's been really fun. I found some different recipes I'm gonna try. I want to do to whatever extent, traditional recipe. And I say to whatever extent because I have some food sensitivities, so some of them are going to have to be a little modified. But I'm gonna, do a bunch of, or one of those for each holiday. And then I'm trying to find like a song for each holiday. We'll see, because some of these holidays are predominantly celebrated by those whose main language is not English, either one of the different dialects of India, or different languages of India as well, or all the different languages of the Muslim world, all those who practice Islam. So like, I don't know, like, I mean, there's going to be some of it like translated into English, and also some of it's going to be like religious, and so I want to be respectful, and so I'm like, I don't know how, like, if it's like a traditional folk song or something, like, that seems like it's totally, it's not, you know, disrespectful to anyone's faith for me to be singing, you know, even though most of these are faith, well, I guess, I know, yeah, all of these are like faith and principles based holidays. So yeah, we'll see how that all goes. I'm kind of excited. I think it'll be fun. I'm excited to make some videos. I haven't really made videos. Well, this is not doing exactly what I was hoping it would, but okay. Okay, sure, you know, I can do this. Okay. I guess we're just, okay, so we're doing this. Rather unimpressed with my approach here. But now I gotta, oh, I don't gotta, you know, it can just look like I smeared my fingers across it. That's totally fine, right? Yeah. Ooh, I want to do hearts. So I want them both little red hearts. Oh, we're gonna have an entertaining time, folks. Hearts. Trying to paint hearts. I've already shown how well I can do the outlines here. What color do I want? Ooh. If I did like, there's like, no, that wouldn't be enough. I was like, ooh, this is like orange and yellow and green, so if I wanted to continue like with the colors of the rainbow, but then I don't, all I'd have left is blue and red and purple. I could do a pink one. Well, that doesn't technically count. Ooh, why not the, why not like black and white ones? Kind of like reminiscent of the painted skulls. Moving my water and not wanting it to get messed up. Brown would be pretty. Maybe use brown. That went way better than I was expecting. I like that. Yeah, maybe I'll just do brown. Oh wait, what? I'm still doing brown. Why did I? Well, but I have been kind of alternating it. Ooh, I'll do maybe. Well, do I want it to be completely different colors? Well, I think I want a brown heart here, so I'm just going to go with that. And a little differently than this other one. I don't think I was in the middle of a tangent. Was I in the middle of a tangent? Oh yeah, I was just talking about future channel videos. Ho 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 ho. Spoilers! Spoiler alert! Oh, maybe I think I've just not been doing super duper great mentally for a couple weeks. Well, I mean, I'm always kind of struggling. But last couple weeks have been kind of hard as far as like managing anxiety levels enough to be able to do creative work despite the brain bullies, you know? Because like sometimes, you're just like all afire with inspiration. And then other times you're not as much, but you still want to be creating, right? But the times when you're not afire with inspiration, maybe this light blue. Oh, pretty. This purple. But like, oh. Maybe I want purple dots now that I've got a purple dot. Let's see how that goes. Not exactly dots, are they? Now they're dots. Now I've got splotches everywhere else. Well, I don't know that I love how I did that, but okay, well, that's how it is now. Well, but now can't really do a purple there. This light blue. Maybe this. So yeah, I've been kind of just working on channel stuff that's more the organizing and the uploading and stuff aspect of it. Like that. Oh, I don't think I needed to redip that, but here we go. And just been like, oh, I'll work on some of the, like, video making, like, on the weekend when I'm, not having to deal with work and therefore, slightly less stressed or whatever. And then, like, last weekend that just kind of didn't happen. I did work on the uploading stuff, but not really on the creative. Like, even, like, just, like, reading aloud, short stories that I've already written. That moment when the heart keeps getting bigger because you're not cool with the size of it or the shape of it. Okay, cool. We're rolling with that. Looks like a stormy sea. Well, now we have purple to scatter all over. Do we want it to be purple or do we want it to be a different color? Could do red, I guess. So far it's been kind of like reversey-versey. Or maybe I'll do both. Ooh, what if I did this? Okay. Nope, I'm still gonna do red though, so I didn't actually need to do that. Oh, now we actually do dots. Okay, that's great. More red on there than I'd realized. Could have saved that. There we go. Ah. Annoyance! Okay. Well, let's get a little bit more brown on that heart. Like, that's how tired and anxious I am that I didn't even, like, give out with a fun little, euphemism, like, oh, full liberty gibbet. Or I didn't even say anything like, oh, it's okay, little me. I just chose silence. I'm not doing super duper well, guys. but that's okay. It is okay. See, made it work. It's not quite how we wanted it to look, but that's okay. It doesn't have to look quite how we wanted it to look. To be cool with ourselves. There we go. Living and learning as we paint little shadow boxes for ofrendas. There we go. It's very colorful. Well, what are we thinking? Can't say that I love the spots, but I think I liked it better before I did the spots, but perfect. That's splendid. I feel like I could have guessed that would happen, but I did not. Okay, well, there we are. Probably want to paint the sides of this. Yeah, what do I want to be peering out from behind? Maybe... I feel like I kind of... Maybe orange. To have like kind of a bright color back there. Because I was gonna just not, because that's like where the photo goes, but like... Why not paint it? And then we can also kind of get rid of like all the little... Or at least some evidence of all the little dots that have ended up here in the back. And maybe it'll show through the little holes. Maybe that'll be nice. So yeah, 3 hours of sleep, guys. Not my favorite arrangement. Also, I've got a thing that I might have to cancel, but I'm a little worried about canceling. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But then we'd have to reschedule anyway, so, and you know, who's to say that the day that we reschedule to I won't be struggling with something else, or just as much in some way, like, who is to say? So, like, maybe I just will do it. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I think I want to do the little floor in here. I don't know that I need to do the sides or the ceiling, but like I guess I can. I feel like it's the most conservative I've been so far to be painting both the little background and the little door of this orange. I don't know that that's acceptable. It's supposed to be colorful, bright, cheerful. We are celebrating here. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna ride it out. You just gotta keep on. You gotta keep on. Anybody know Sasha's song? Her song "Keep On." It is amazing and has literally, it got me through panic attacks when I didn't know what panic attacks were. Literally, I'm serious. Like I'd had songs that I was like, I don't really know, but when I feel these certain ways, these songs kind of help. So I had this whole playlist of like feeling sad songs. And yeah, I would just play it at various and assorted times. But now, I recognize them as being like, oh yeah, I was having panic attacks in those moments. Because that's the same way that I feel now when I have panic attacks, and have been diagnosed with panic disorder. So that's cool. That's cool. I haven't had a panic attack in however long. So at least I haven't had one. Ooh, we're starting to look like chocolate. Well, like milk chocolate. I caught cocoa chocolate. That's hot cocoa chocolate. Ho, 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 ho. Brown is an excellent color. It is dirt. It is Mother Earth. It is hot chocolate. It is... Maybe it's just a yummy color. Nom, 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 nom. Bread is brown. Potatoes are brown. Well, the outsides of potatoes are brown. What are other yummy colors? Green is sometimes yummy, depending on how you prepare green colored foods. Cooked beef is brown. See, brown's a yummy color. Purple. Purple is not, well, purple's not a yummy color. Purple, like, to ingest just makes me think of, like, Robitussin cough syrup or whatever for when you're little. And your mom gives you this nasty stuff. My mom only ever did that if we were, like, really not responding to her little herbal stuff. She'd just be like, oh, we have to get the Robitussin. And it was always like, oh no. Oh no. But, yeah, you can take that and the cough would clear up. But it was always like purple and always tasted nasty. So purple is a beautiful color, but it's not a yummy color. Versus brown, green, both beautiful colors and yummy colors. Pink, beautiful color, not a yummy color. Red. I like tomato sauce and stuff, but I don't like tomatoes, like plain raw tomatoes. But many do. What other red foods are there? Beef is red before it's cooked. That went gross. I don't like. Ugh. I don't know if I ever will become a vegetarian, but it's not off the table. It's not possible. There's a non-0% chance that could happen at some point. We'll see. Yellow is a yummy color because eggs and bananas and that's all I can think of, but eggs and bananas are delicious. Blue. You know, our bodies react, or our, like, taste, we react to, like, technically there's a lot of poisonous blue stuff out in the wild. Blueberries aren't, but, like, a lot of other ones, or a lot of other plants and whatever are. So our brains kind of register blue as a possible problem when food is colored blue. Peaches are yummy, so peach could be considered a yummy food. Do I want to paint those? Kind of like why not, but also kind of like why. I can always undo this choice. Maybe, if it doesn't get glued in there by the by the paint. Oh, but now I need to paint both sides so it can be open and colorful. Oh, why did I do that? Because we can't go back in if I do that. Well, now that's green. Maybe I'll just paint them green. It's just going to be a little annoying to paint them because I'm going to have to do both sides and then they're going to be stuck. Well, why not? They're already basically green. Is it even recording? Yes, okay, it's recording. Not that, like, it needs to be. This isn't, like, necessarily a masterpiece that needs to not be lost. But if it's not recording, then I would probably stop talking to myself quite as much. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta go ahead and be the creative that you want in your life. Or just do the creative. If it's something like this that you can just kind of do that. And then maybe it'll help you do more. My boo is up. I'm gonna go say hi. Bye, little friends. Take care of yourselves. Love.